It's okay that it's quiet. It's okay, you know, if you're not talking. It's okay to walk around the classroom. It's okay to have them work in teams and try an example live in class. It's okay to cover less examples. So there are different levels of sort of active learning in my class. The simplest is, as I'm describing a concept, I'll just pause and ask, you know, give me a show of hands, those of you that understand 90% of that or above. Okay, good. Because I'm going to challenge you. It might not be so easy later on. Okay, but that's great if you understand that. All right, show of hands. I'm not convinced yet. I'm not convinced yet. Show of hands. All right, okay. Let's go and let it go. Okay, it'll work. Okay, it works. Another thing I'll do, a little bit more proactive, is I'll stop and I'll say, okay, ask me a question. Yeah.
That R, it's not in the, I don't think it's in the right coordinate. Oh wait, did you just change it?
Yeah, no, persevere. That's a good question. Somebody else is going to share that question. There's something troubling you about this term.
Yeah, you have to find it in terms of the little I, J, and K.
Yeah, so what your classmate is saying is, there's nothing, it's not wrong. I literally won't lecture anymore until I get a question, so it's silence until I get a question. Somebody else give me another choice. And then the question comes. No other choices? Come on. Yeah.
I put mine at the center at O.
Okay. It's a great question. Hey folks, I had a great question from one of your classmates. In the past, my lesson plan would call for me to do a little bit of theory and then race through 7 examples. Now I pick 2 or 3 really good examples that will highlight what I'm trying to convey, and the class will work those examples live. What would you like to call that? I heard it. I heard it. A little louder. A-rel. Okay. We'll call it A-rel. Why does that make sense? Offer a reason. Or, tell you what, tell your neighbor, explain to your neighbor why you think the term A-rel makes sense. What does it mean physically? Explain it to your neighbor, please. Take a minute, and on your own, what I'd like you to do is the first step right here. Velocity analysis to find the velocity of point B. All right, so step 1, we finished that. And the second part of our strategy is to now find the velocity of C starting from B. Raise your hand. I get 90% of that or above. All right, explain to your neighbor why, if you started at point C, you'd get the same result. I'll pose the question, and then I'll say, okay, I'd like you to take 5 minutes and talk to your neighbor to come up with a strategy that will solve this problem. What could we then do? Who can complete this problem? As a strategy, how would we finish this? Thanks.
Do another velocity analysis between...
All right, very quickly. I want a show of hands. I either did it or I know how to do it. Okay, excellent. Let me catch up to you then. If I find that the questions that they're now asking disclose that they need a review of some mathematical concepts to understand the engineering concepts that I'm covering today, actually it makes it more fun for me. It's an absolute blast. You gotta think on your feet, but it's a lot more fun than walking in with a script of what you're going to describe.